Well, I dug for 4 days in that dump and I did pretty good. The last day wasn't very good at all, but 3 days before that I found some seriously early stuff. Some really nice Pepsi bottles, and I'll get them on out of here and show them to you. That one I didn't wrap up in a wet newspaper, and as you can see it has that big bruise on it and several smaller spots. So I gotta hope this works, because there's some extremely valuable bottles wrapped up in here, and if they got bruises on them, I'm going to be very upset. Well, here's the second best bottle I found. I thought it was going to be mint, but there's a crack right there. I knew it had a lip chip, but I stuck it away in this paper before I could examine it because I didn't want it to crack, but you can see that's an old crack. But I'm disappointed now because I thought I had an $800 bottle. Here's a pretty nice one. Drum Pepsi from Winston-Salem. And it's definitely in mint condition. Of course, it's probably only worth $100. But it's a good looking bottle. Alright, I'm going to show you the best stuff after I cleaned it. There is a really beautiful Pepsi bottle, but it has some serious damage on the top. It's got a seriously stained crack and a lip chip and some bruises around it. But it is a nice bottle anyway, and I'm going to put it in my collection. And here's what they call the companion bottle from the same bottling works with no Pepsi Cola on it. And of course this one is near mint. It just has a lip chip. Displays very nicely, but I wish this one was the one with the Pepsi Cola on it. This is the one I thought was the best bottle. It displays near mint. It has some lip chips, but I washed it and some bruises developed on it, so it's not as nice as I expected it to be. Got that bruise above the A. Several bruises on the base. I knew there was a crack in the bottom, but it doesn't extend up the sides at all. I got several more bruises back here. More there. That one looks like an older one, and it's on the back of the neck. Crown top's cracked off. But out of the 40 or so broken examples I've found over the years in that dump, this may be the second best example. Here's the much more common machine-made variety from the early 20s. Found a number of these, but none of them were perfect. It's got a sheared crown. There's several variants of these triple scripts also. This one just says Pepsi Cola and script on the bottom. Here's another one. They're nice and clean. But this one's got a sheared top also. A couple small problems there as well. And here's a whole case full of bottles I dug there. Various Pepsis and Cokes, all with broken off tops. I got a few of these F&F Bottling Works, which is the companion bottle to the sideways script Pepsi, circa 1912 to 15. And then these sideways script ones are just so rare and beautiful that no matter what condition they're in, they're worth something. I could probably get at least $15 for this one. There's another F&F. This one's already turned purple. Of course, there's no top to it. Here's a very boring looking bottle. Has pretty much no embossing except down at the heel. It's from Elkin. They had a Pepsi plant there as well, so this might be one of their product bottles. Then I got some 1915s. This might just be the crudest 1915 ever made. You can barely see the writing down below it. It's just very crude looking. It's the first batch of the North Wilkesboros. Base embossing. That embossing on the bottom there is just very odd. Not like the later styles. It's pretty weak. Then down around the base, it actually bulges out at the bottom of those ribs. It's just another sign of an extremely early, scarce variation. And there's the semi-teal Chiro Cola. Never found a perfect one of these yet. And this one is certainly not perfect either. It's got a big hole in the bottom. I mostly saved it to saw it in half and use the top half to repair another one. There's a straight-sided Coke from North Wilkesboro. Top's busted off. Boy, that's pretty scarce. Here's an unexpected find. A straight-sided Coke from Jones Mill, Alabama. In the book that's listed as double R, which is extremely rare. 2 to 6 examples known to exist. So even in that terrible condition, I could probably get $50 or $60 for it. Here's another type of the F&F. I believe this is even older. It's the regular shape, not the tall skinny one. I've never found a whole one. I've only found 3 or 4 broken ones of these in the 5 years I've dug that dump. Found a couple damaged ones of these. Coca-Cola flavor product bottle. Top's broken, of course. And one of 5 or 6 batches of 1915 patent dated Cokes. Here's another triple script, but this is an unlisted variation of it. It's a different color and the bottom has different embossing. It has the AGW and it has the F&F mark on the bottom. Here's 2 broken in half triple scripts, so you can see the color difference right there. Here's another unlisted variety of North Wilkesboro Pepsi. It's got to be about 1919. I think these came out right after the sideways scripts were done away with. And of course it has the big F&F on the bottom. And here's a generic straight-sided Coke that I found in North Wilkesboro. They just didn't put the town name on the back. The embossing's kind of hollow on this one. See, the C's are different looking. I found a lot of ordinary stuff too, but I'm not going to show you all these medicines and broma seltzers and stuff like that. And last but certainly not least is the best bottle I found on the trip. This one displays almost mint from the front. It's got a bunch of chipping on the top, but the front of it is right here, so it almost looks flawless. And of course the back has a crack along the bottom, but it's very hard to see from the front. So that is the one that's going to go in my collection. Dug almost 40 broken ones of these over the years. And that is the most displayable example I found. Well, that's about it for this time. I'll see you later.